We are back on the Early Edge, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas, and we're joined again by Mackenzie Brooks, Alex Selznick, and Mike McClure. Let's continue the NBA playoff discussion. What a great time of year. There is so much going on right now. We're going to stick with the NBA, and we're going to stick with the Knicks for now. Alex, PropStarz, I want to start with you. We talked about the Knicks. We kind of danced around it. They're up 2-1, but they're 6.5-point dogs. We're going to break down our favorite bets in that game in a few minutes, but they're plus 240 here at BetMGM to win the series. Up 2-1. They got a home game, upcoming in game 4. What do you think of this number, PropStarz?
I think the number's fairly efficient. I give a slight lean to a little bit of value being on the Knicks here, but not something I'm running out to bet personally. If I look at this Knicks team, yes, the Celtics are a bit of a wounded animal right now, and they're facing them at the right time. I just don't have a lot of confidence in the Knicks. Just the lack of depth has obviously been a problem for them here. Only able to really play a six-man rotation. And when you have guys that have played these monster minutes throughout the regular season, not only do little injuries start to develop, which we're seeing guys get banged up, but guys are just run down right now. And especially once you reach this stage of the playoffs at this point of the series as well. So I think the advantage still rests with Boston here. As soon as, if they win this game, obviously, then we're looking at a 3-game series headed back with 2 of those games in Boston. So I just don't think the Knicks really have enough of a home court advantage to really present some value at the current number.
All right, the New York Knicks fans would like to have a word. Mike McClure, what's your word on the plus 240 here?
The Knicks fans will definitely like a word with me then. I think that there's value on Boston still at this point. To be honest with you, it's like a simple flow chart, Sia. Does Boston shoot 25% for 3? If they do, you're looking at a one-possession game. If they shoot better than 30% from 3, they're going to win these games by multiple possessions. They are the better team. And New York, look, they have a great player in Jalen Brunson. If the game is close, he has the ability to go steal it. However, I don't think they're good enough offensively throughout the normal course of an NBA game like this. If Boston just shoots anywhere remotely close to average, we don't need a great three-point shooting night, just an average night, they're going to win these games by multiple possessions.
Mackenzie, people from New York watch this show. Can you give them any hope whatsoever?
The SportsLine model gives them a 45% chance to win the series, which is a lot better than my own confidence myself. I mean, odds imply around 30%. So obviously a model is they're looking at recency bias, they're looking at home and road splits. And when they're seeing that they play well on the road and they've won some of these recent games, obviously we're going to give them some brownie points. Now, I'll be the first to tell you the model does not account for, being down 20 points for most of the game and then coming back in these clutch situations. So just think of it in any version of any story. Like if somebody hits the lottery twice, we don't think they're really good at hitting the lottery, and you're not going to bank on them to do it a third time in a row here. So the way this team has been winning these games is so impressive. Is it something I want to continue to bank on? Not so much.
Very, very interesting takes. All right, let's transition because maybe Boston's going to be the answer to some of these questions too. I want to know, is there a team right now that presents as good value to win it all as we're kind of transitioning through the second round? Mike, I'm going to start with you. Is there a team you'd want to lay some money on right now?
I would take a shot on Boston still, to be honest with you. I just think that they've got this series with New York here, despite trailing in the series. They're definitely the better team, and I just don't think this team's going to shoot 25% from three-point range. And if they don't, they're just drastically better, really on both ends of the floor, despite kind of playing wounded right now. And I think that the longer this goes on, the more opportunity they're going to have to get better health. I just think Boston has a good path in the East right now.
PropStarz, well, what do you like from a value standpoint?
I'm sprinkling on 2 teams here, Sia. First in the East, we're going with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, they're just playing better basketball than any team in the NBA right now, in my opinion. They're also healthier than any team in the league. They're extremely well coached. They're experienced. Boston is injured, as both Mike and I and Mackenzie have laid out. The Knicks don't look very viable to me either. They've already looked like it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals here. And then in the West, I think there's value on the Denver Nuggets when we're talking about a 2-2 series with 3 games to play, or best of 3 games to play, when you have Nikola Jokic at the peak of his powers playing tremendous basketball. Denver's still live, and if Denver advances, I think they would be favored over Minnesota or Golden State. So, I think the value lies with these two teams that are significant underdogs, both to advance to the conference finals and now the NBA finals.
All right, Mackenzie, round us out. Where's the value?
My OKC is to Proppy's Indiana Pacers here. I still believe in this team. I think very highly of this team. I think coming back from down 6 in the second half to the Nuggets without SGA playing well, without SGA making shots and free throws that he typically makes, and you're still winning that game, honestly gives me the confidence that, hey, we still haven't even seen peak Thunder basketball yet. You have Hartenstein missing shots as well that he typically makes. So you have these characters that still haven't even hit their ceiling, and this is still a competitive series, and we've seen them now be clutch after they really lost in that type of execution earlier in the series. So I think that should help them. I think the home court advantage should help them as well. So the fact that we're not getting massive chalk because of the way the series has drawn out, I think it's good to take the plus 130 now.
Very, very interesting stuff. Can I ask you, Mackenzie, I'm going to stick with you here. Is there, we have books, including BetMGM, of course, offering exacto finals matchups. And as you might imagine, the shortest odds are the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Boston Celtics. But we see some other intriguing matchups here. And I'm looking at some of these numbers. Celtics, Timberwolves at plus 550. The Cavs are in this conversation. I'm not sure why. Celtics, Nuggets plus 850. What do you like here, Mackenzie?
So I definitely want to go the OKC side, shocker to no one. But if you just think of from a statistical standpoint here, the Pacers have just as good of a shot as the Celtics to make it to that finals there. And it's 15-1 compared to plus 250 you're getting with Boston versus OKC. So I like the Pacers path pretty well, given the point we're at right now to make it there. So I think OKC and then taking the Pacers instead of Boston, the massive value difference you're getting there is worth the sprinkle.
PropStarz, you like the Pacers as well, I know. And I know you like the Nuggets to potentially win the West at plus 2,500 before the playoffs even started. So does your exacta involve those two teams?
It has to, Sia, especially when we're talking about plus 3,700 odds with both of these teams being very live right now. One team possessing the best player in the NBA at the peak of his powers. I keep saying that because I don't think people realize how good Nikola Jokic is. And the other are the Indiana Pacers, who are the dark horse in the league, who are playing just tremendous basketball right now, very well coached. Check all the boxes for me. Give me the Pacers and the Nuggets. It should not be plus 3,700.
No, fair enough. Mike McClure, close us out. Are we going with the anticipated final? That at least most people think it's going to be OKC Boston. Do you like that number the best?
I do, yeah. Give me the chalk here. I really like the path for Oklahoma City, despite playing Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. The opportunity that the Nuggets had to go up in that series and weren't able to get it done. I think that it's just going to be too much there. And I do like Oklahoma City quite a bit over anyone that they would see. I'm going to assume it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves at this point. And then Boston, I know they're trailing in their series as well, but we're talking about two extremely competitive games while shooting just 25% from 3. I think they're the two best teams by a pretty considerable margin.